Here with us now is trial attorney Bryan Rotella. Bryan, great to see you again. So the case is set for July if the judge doesn't dismiss the charges against Baldwin. What is the legal precedent for dismissal here?
Good morning, Hannah. And let me say, I remember in the early 90s, Alec Baldwin, Glengarry Glen Ross, known for famous line, ABC, always be closing. This case, I think, is going to make the industry known for ABC, always be careful. I think this is going to be an industry tidal wave case. What do I mean by that? First of all, to answer your question, the reason his defense is trying to shoot back at the prosecution and get this thing thrown out, that is a Hail Mary. There's an old adage with us lawyers, you can indict a banana. Basically, that's what his defense lawyers are trying to say, that the indictment was rigged, the grand jury was rigged. That's not going to go anywhere. This judge is going to rule next week. I'm almost promising you, Hannah, that judge is not going to is going to make the case go forward. She's going to dismiss what Alec Baldwin's lawyers are doing. Getting back to why I said always be careful. This case is about an involuntary manslaughter charge. So for our audience, what's that mean? What is Alec Baldwin charged with? It's either the negligent handling of a dangerous weapon, a firearm. That's the actor, Alec Baldwin. The second charge is the complete indifference towards the health and well-being, the reckless disregard to the people on the set. That's the producer, Alec Baldwin, the boss, okay? So just a few months ago, the armorer that was working on Rust, Ms. Gutierrez, she was convicted by a jury for the mishandling of this gun that sadly went off and ultimately killed the cinematographer. What the case is going to be about with Alec Baldwin is, as the boss, there was testimony that came up in this other case where, by the way, again, she was sentenced for 18 months into a penitentiary. There was evidence that came up that it was a rush set, that it was a set that there was chaos, that there was live ammunition everywhere, that Alec Baldwin was trying to get things done so they could stay on budget. And this is a classic profits over people theme for a prosecutor. I think Alec Baldwin could very well end up like that armorer, Ms. Gutierrez, and he could end up being one of our first major actors to serve for something like this in a penitentiary.
It's so interesting you say that, because the judge pressed the lead prosecutor in the case on how she presented the case to the jury, with the defense now claiming the prosecution had not sufficiently shown the grand jury evidence. So you don't think this case is going to be dismissed, but do you think he can be indicted again and face jail time?
Yes, absolutely. What happened with the trial, Hannah, with this armor, the judge the maximum is 18 months as far as for this involuntary manslaughter charge. He got the maximum, and the judge was very clear that this person deserved the maximum because of the just absolute recklessness on this set. That literally this woman, this cinematographer, Helena Hutchinson, did not need to die. Alec Baldwin, again, I think what's going to change the industry is we have so many of these actors who are actors and producers, and forget the producer role is like being the CEO of a company. You cannot, when you're dealing with dangerous weapons like live guns and live ammunition, have tons of ammunition lying around, have a rush set. What they're going to be looking at in that trial, Hannah, is things that might sound boring, not really sexy, like, you know, porn stars and other things we've been hearing about recently.
Yeah.
It's going to be about policies. It's going to be about insurance. It's going to be about training. Was there any? I think the evidence is going to come back from everything I've heard. There wasn't nearly enough. And I believe this prosecutor is going to make the point to the entertainment industry. You're the producer. You're the CEO. ABC, always be careful.
Very quickly, I have just a few seconds left here, Bryan, but how does Baldwin's status as a famous actor potentially impact the case? We're all watching it because of this name linked to it.
I don't think it helps him. I don't think it helps him because I think that the jury is going to look at this and say, you are an actor who's been around since the 1980s. You should know better, especially with live ammunition, and he's also been an action actor. So I think they're going to look at it. This was not a novice. This was a seasoned actor. I think they're going to hold him accountable.
I always enjoy our conversations. You have a great knack of breaking these complicated cases down. Bryan Rotella, thank you, sir.